What's going on, everybody? This is Lons, Cardio and Fitness on YouTube. I'm doing a podcast video tonight, y'all, talking about Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal. I'm here with my beautiful fiance chilling now. We here chilling tonight, and I'm doing a podcast on YouTube talking about Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal. So, whatever you guys, this is what we're talking about. Steven Seagal. I gotten a few messages from people about it, and I just feel like Steven Seagal is the legitimate deal, as well as Bruce Lee. In my honest to God opinion, I feel like Bruce Lee is a real deal. Anybody that's bashing Bruce Lee really shouldn't do it, because I feel like, his legacy goes all the way back from when he did Enter the Dragon, Game of Death, and if you're gonna prove that Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal is not legit, then you would have also had to prove that you were able to challenge him and spar with him. And if you didn't hold any sparring matches with them, or then you really can't prove that they are not legit. Was that too hard, babe?
Yeah.
How many minutes you supposed to put on it?
Like 6.
Okay. Steven Seagal he did movies like Born to Raise Hell. What other movies Steven Seagal did? He did a few other movies. There's another movies that he was in. Steven Seagal played in. Above the Law was another one. Bruce Lee, of course, he's known for Enter the Dragon, Game of Death, and Way of the Dragon, which is my favorite movie with Bruce Lee. So there shouldn't be any doubts in your mind about it, because they're legit and they don't really have anything else to prove. Bruce Lee's not alive anymore. And I don't really think that anybody should be bashing Bruce Lee's legacy like that. And don't you agree, sweetheart? It's not fair. Everybody bashing Bruce Lee's legacy, and he's not alive anymore. It's not fair. She agrees with me too, y'all. It's not fair. He doesn't have nothing else to prove. He made it to 32. His son is no longer here with us. Brandon Lee passed away in movie The Crow. And but Steven Seagal is legit. He was the first American to study Aikido in Japan, and he was the first American to also learn Japanese in Japan. So there really is no other evidence. Steven Seagal is a 7th degree black belt in Aikido, and that says it all. He did komates. He did a hell of a lot of komates, as well as Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee had a lot of street fights before he started created his own style of Jeet Kune Do. And that's just the way it is, man. If you don't have any proof that you were able to spar Bruce Lee or Steven Seagal, then you don't have no way of bashing them. And both of them have their own careers. Bruce Lee was ahead of his time when he lived. This is my opinion on Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal. Lons Cardio and Fitness on YouTube. If you have any questions about this, leave your comments in the description. Or leave your comments on the video, like and subscribe. This is my opinion. And my opinion is Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal. And I put Tony Jaa up there and Jet Li up there as well. The greatest martial artists of all time. The 5th one I would have to say would be Chuck Norris. And the 6th one would be Donna Dragon Wilson. 7th one would be Donnie Yen. And those are my only great martial artists in my opinion, and Wesley Snipes as well. So I really don't know anybody outside of them that were able to outdo them. And this is my opinion. This is my opinion on Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal. This is a podcast. I wanted to talk about this subject because I got like 5 messages talking about bad things you guys saying about Bruce Lee, and he's not even alive anymore. So that's sad, his legacy is not gonna be damaged anymore, and I'm not gonna allow it. And Steven Seagal is 85 years old today, so I don't feel like he deserves to get negativity on his legacy. Show him respect, honor, and show him respect and honor. He deserves it. So does Bruce Lee. Deserves respect and honor. There's too much bashing going on with Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal.
Well, that's okay. I hope you're doing all right.
If you don't have anything nice to say or anything respectful to say about Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal, don't say anything at all. I've seen videos of Michael Jai White saying that he could beat Bruce Lee, and in my honest opinion, I disagree.
Okay.
In my honest opinion, I disagree that he could beat Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was too fast. He sparred with Jim Kelly, Bolo, Chuck Norris, James Coburn. These are the guys that he sparred with, and they all said that he was too fast for the camera. His punches and kicks was too fast. He was too powerful. Michael Jai White wouldn't have stood a chance against Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was the prototype of martial arts. So I have all his books and movies, and I've read in the past with Bruce Lee. So fast that if he can catch his opponent's punches and kicks within minutes, seconds, he can time everything. Bless you, babe. You wouldn't be allowed to counter or even touch Bruce Lee in his prime. He was a 140-pound man that had power of a heavyweight. He trained on a 700-pound heavy bag.
Why the hell is
She not in? Okay. I'll watch it. Bruce Lee was training on a 700-pound heavy bag, man. So that should say it all. Steven Seagal and Bruce Lee are the only 2 martial artists that were trained to literally rip your head and limbs off your body. They were trained to break and smash your joints and bones with one punch. If you don't believe it, challenge them. If you didn't challenge them, you didn't spar them. I don't want to hear nothing negative. I'm not even a professional fighter yet, but I have sparred and trained with fighters that Jake Paul hasn't even trained and sparred with. So, just because I'm not known and I haven't competed, don't mean that I'm not the real deal. I have sparring videos on my channel. I have a lot of them, even on my Instagram. A lot of my sparring videos got taken down for copyright reasons, but if you haven't sparred with any of those guys, I don't want to hear anything negative about it. Like I said, my previous videos I did. If you haven't sparred or trained with any of the top fighters in your career, then you don't have a right to say anything bad. You don't. You don't have any right to say anything bad. If you have never sparred or trained with the best martial artists in your lifetime, you don't deserve to talk about Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal, in my honest opinion. I have sparred with fighters that were so good, and I even got knocked down in sparring by top fighters in gyms, and I fought with fighters that had better experience than I did. The guy that I boxed in Ohio, name was Nolan. He was a better boxer than me, and I've gotten better since then. And you guys need to understand, people who are bashing Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal, You guys, if you haven't sparred and trained before with the best, if you haven't trained, if you haven't had the fights, the challenges, the times when you've gotten knocked down by the best and just got completely humiliated in sparring, you don't have a right to speak bad of them. You got to have a lot of respect, intelligence, spiritually, mentally, and physically to understand that those two were great. Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal both. This is my respect and honor to Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal. Truly am admired by them. They inspire me to train, dedication, and show a lot of respect and honor to them, as well as my coach, Brother Warrior, Coach Tex. And this video is this is my opinion on Bruce Lee and Steven Seagal, man. I will do another podcast about this soon. Peace and God bless.